Ghosts at the Midnight Diner, where old songs bring the dead to the table. On the edge of a desert highway, where the asphalt shimmers under a relentless sun, a lonely, defiant structure stands against the vast, indifferent sky. A diner. It's a place out of time, a beacon in the desolate expanse, its neon sign, aged and weary, flickering a tired welcome. This isn't just any diner, it's the kind that never closes. A silent, unwavering sentinel against the ceaseless, encroaching march of the desert night. The air inside is a curious, almost palpable blend of aromas, a sensory tapestry woven from the threads of time, the sharp, comforting, almost acrid scent of burnt coffee, perpetually brewing the slightly musty, yet oddly inviting sweetness of well-worn vinyl booths, imprinted with countless untold stories and something else, something far older and more ancient, something indefinable, the very essence of time itself. Not merely passing, but slowed and pooled, thick and viscous, within these very walls. Locals, wise to the hushed whispers that cling to the desert wind, echoing tales of the uncanny, give it a wide berth after midnight. They know the stories, the strange occurrences, the way the shadows seem to deepen and shift with an unnatural, almost predatory life of their own, bending to unseen forces. But for travelers, those adrift and unmoored, with nowhere left to be, nowhere to hurry to, their internal compasses shattered, the diner's dim, persistent glow is an irresistible pull, a siren call in the wilderness. They drift in like moths drawn inexorably to a flickering, mesmerizing flame drawn by a quiet magnetism, a profound, almost primal promise of warmth and respite in the cool, unforgiving desert air. Sometimes, from a dusty, antiquated jukebox in the corner, a strange, unlisted music plays, a melody that seems to rise from the very foundations of the earth, weaving a haunting, ethereal tune that seems to beckon. The lost souls, those searching for something they can't quite name. It's not a place for the hurried, for those rushing through life, but for those who are truly, irrevocably lost, in mind or spirit. It's an unexpected, almost miraculous harbor, a temporary reprieve from the unending journey. Precisely at 12:03 a.m., as if awakened by an unseen, ethereal conductor, the jukebox clicks, a soft, deliberate, mechanical sigh that cuts through the otherwise profound quiet of the room. And then, without warning, a song begins to play. It's a melody from 1973, distinct and undeniably evocative. Yet it's a song that has never ever been listed on the jukebox menu. A phantom tune from a forgotten past. Its notes hang in the air, thick with memory. A forgotten echo from a time long past. A resonant chord struck deep within the collective unconscious. And with the first hesitant strains of that unbidden, spectral tune, they are the ghosts, not the frightful, clanking, chain-rattling specters of Gothic tales, nor the loud, demanding, vengeful spirits of modern horror. No, these are different. They are quiet, almost translucent, their forms soft at the edges, as if constantly on the verge of fading away, like photographs bleached by too much sun. They are simply unfinished. Their presence is less a visible manifestation and more a profound, undeniable feeling. A chill that settles deep in your bones, a sensation of profound, unresolved longing, a yearning that echoes through the very fabric of existence. They sit quietly, almost reverently, at the worn, scarred counter, their eyes distant, yet strangely aware, their movements deliberate, unhurried. They order black coffee, the steam curling around their ephemeral faces, almost obscuring them, and they speak, not in full sentences, not in coherent, structured narratives, but in half-memories, fragmented whispers of conversations, echoes of lives once lived, now barely clinging to the edge of perception. Their words are like wisps of smoke, barely there, yet carrying the immense weight of untold stories, of dreams deferred and lives unfulfilled. Some among them desperately wish to remember, to piece together the shattered mosaic of their past, seeking answers that may never come. Others, however, seem to yearn only for oblivion, to finally let go of the burdens that tether them relentlessly to this lonely liminal place, this unending purgatory. There's a woman, her form barely visible through the dim amber light, always in a faded green dress, its color muted by time and sorrow. Her lips move silently, a ghost of a smile playing upon them, humming along with the chorus of the 1973 song, a mournful, almost beautiful sound that only the truly attuned can hear. A lament for what was and what might have been, and a boy, his young face etched with an ancient, unbearable sadness, perpetually clad in a military jacket that seems several sizes too big, swallowing him whole. He stirs his coffee not with a mundane spoon, but with a tarnished brass key, its sharp edges glinting faintly in the gloom, the metallic clink, the only sharp, distinct sound in the otherwise muted, dreamlike atmosphere. Each stir seems to unlock another piece of a story, a silent, poignant narrative unfolding in the stillness, a secret whispered to the attentive few. It was on such a night when the desert wind howled like a forgotten, mournful spirit, and the stars seemed impossibly far away, that Miles, a traveler truly lost both in geographical direction and in the labyrinthine corridors of his own spirit, stumbled into the diner. The vast, indifferent desert night had swallowed his sense of direction, leaving him disoriented and his mind plagued by nameless anxieties, by the relentless drone of unanswered questions. Refused to yield to the sweet balm of sleep. The diner's faint, unwavering glow had pulled him in, a silent, almost magnetic invitation in the oppressive, suffocating darkness. He settled into a booth, its worn vinyl sighing under his weight, ordered a coffee, its rich aroma a comforting anchor, and watched the silent, ethereal figures at the counter. He felt no fear, only a strange, unsettling sense of familiarity, a quiet, almost resigned acceptance of the impossible, as if he had always known such a place existed. Then, precisely at 12:03 a.m., the jukebox clicked. The familiar, yet unlisted song from 1973 began to play, its haunting melody filling the diner with its melancholy notes, intertwining with the very air he breathed. And as the ghosts materialized, settling into their quiet, accustomed vigil, their forms shimmering like heat haze, Miles felt a profound jolt, a sudden, inexplicable recognition that reverberated through his very core. He had heard that song before. Not in this life, not in any memory he could consciously, rationally recall, but the melody, the lyrics, the very essence of the tune resonated deep within him, a forgotten echo from a past that was not his own, yet intimately, undeniably connected to his very being, a thread pulled from the tapestry of another time. It was a fragment of a dream, a whisper from beyond the veil, a premonition of a memory yet to be fully uncovered. That night, the coffee Miles drank was hotter than usual, scalding his tongue with its unexpected intensity, yet warming him from the inside out, as if infused with a life force of its own, an almost magical elixir. And the dead, the quiet, unfinished souls who haunted the diner's counter, their eyes like ancient pools, reflecting untold sorrows. They listened more closely than they ever did. When they were alive, their silent attention, a palpable weight in the room. Their eyes, once distant and vacant, now held a glimmer of something akin to understanding, a shared acknowledgement of the profound, interconnected web of memory and longing, of lives intersecting beyond the bounds of time. They were not here to scare, not to torment, not to seek vengeance. They were simply here to finish the story, one whispered half-memory at a time, waiting for anyone to truly listen, to finally understand their unfinished narratives,